does always do that. He is the leader of the show. We turn the music real down low.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of the Monday Nitro. The Friday Nitro review. Nearly messed up the whole brand in there. That's just ridiculous. What a great start. I am Nick the Geek, and I'm joined, as of course, by my cohort, my co-host, and my co-conspirator. I am joined by the king himself, Jimmy Baby. Jimmy, how the hell are you doing, and how are you enjoying wrestling?
I'm doing great. It's a nice little Friday. I got a lot of stuff to do this afternoon, so I'm glad I could get this knocked out and have some fun before I gotta get to work. And wrestling has been stupendous.
It has indeed. Right, well, we will get straight into it. Ladies and gents, we are here to review episode 2 of Monday Nitro from 1995 on September the 11th, my mum's birthday. It's a bad day to have your birthday in America, I imagine, but in England, not so bad.
Yeah.
This show kicks off. We have a new announce position to start with. The table has finally appeared with the big WCW branding on the front of it. We have, unfortunately, still have Mongo and his Chihuahua. We have Eric Bischoff, and we have Bobby the Brain Heenan. This is going to be a commentary team that I think we're going to have to learn to love, Jim.
Again, I don't mind it. I think it's funny. It's not a good commentary team, but it is funny. It's 1,000% funny.
I'll give you that. Right, let's get straight into it. So first off, we have a Bischoff and the boys talk up the general pay-per-view. They do a bit of Fall Brawl, War Games promotion. And then we go into the Hogan Luger promo, which basically just showed us highlights of the promo from the golden promo from the end of Nitro last week. Just a hype up the brother. Yeah. I was gutted. No Pasta-mania this week.
No Pasta-mania.
Where is the brand positioning, people? This is ridiculous. After this, they talked more War Games and announced that Vader, who's supposed to be on Hogan's team, has gone AWOL. So Hogan is now down 3-4 against the Dungeon of Doom War Games. It's him, Sting, Macho Man Randy Savage, and was supposed to be Vader against Zodiac, Shark, Kamala, and Kevin Sullivan, I believe. It's bloody awful. War Games 1995.
Kamala, Zodiac, the Shark, and Ming.
Sorry.
Taskmaster at ringside for him.
Yeah. Well, it's a bloody awful War Games. If you've never seen it, Jim, it's not one of the best ones.
I'm gonna watch it this weekend because I think it's after this Nitro. I'm looking up the date.
It is.
It took place on September 17th. So yes, it takes place between this Nitro and the next Nitro. So I'm gonna watch it just so I can kind of go along for the ride.
Yeah,
I figured why not? Well. If we're going back in history, I'm gonna go ahead and take the whole ride, baby.
Might as well. Right. After this, we go into our first match. And after last week's great little video package, don't get me started. I'm so happy. So happy, Jim. Right? That it was Sabu's debut against Das Wonder Kid, Alex Wright.
The only reason I wanted a black leather jacket as a kid was Das Wonder Kid.
Yeah, that's it. He's just, I love Alex Wright. This match was great. This match was crazy because Sabu was nuts. Lots of outside work, lots of bouncing off the ropes. Alex Wright hits a missile dropkick in this match that I swear to God is one of the prettiest things I have ever seen a wrestler do.
The height that cat got, man. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I was like, damn, I didn't know Alex had it like that.
That kid was special. He really was. And they just chronically mishandled him and turned him into Danny Garcia circa 2024.
Hold on now.
This match was great.
Danny Garcia.
Yeah, he does dance better than Danny Garcia. This match was great. What have I got on my notes here?
You can't see him.
The commentary did a fantastic. Yeah, I'm blind as a bat, people. Just so you know, the commentary did a great job talking up Sabu, especially Heenan.
Yeah, I wanted to give him credit for this because not only we talked about how they did a video package for introducing a new person to the show. He's new to WCW itself, not the show, because the show was new itself last week. But they're saying, hey, you're new to this show, maybe, and you might not know who this person is if you've been following WCW anyway. And then the next week, they follow up the video package by introducing him into a match, and doing it as the first match. I thought was really cool too, because it showed they had a lot of faith in him. They really did have a lot of faith in him if they're literally having the show open with him. And his style was amazing. I've never been the biggest Sabu fan of all time. Like, he is what it is. I don't really care that much for him. But his style was really cool because he looks, it reminds me of Darby Allin in the sense, it looks like he's literally just trying to fight to survive when he's wrestling. And he'll do anything he can to survive.
People say Darby Allin is a knockoff Jeff Hardy, and I always argue and say, no, he's not. He's a knockoff Sabu.
Yeah, 100%. Because there was the chair spot into the steel rails. We don't have barricades, baby. We have steel rails. And when he did the spot into that, I was like, that looked ugly, but it's by design because he's just fighting to survive. I love it. I love this match. It was awesome, and I love Alex Wright. So.
Yeah, Alex Wright is amazing. Alex Wright is amazing. But this match ended with kind of ended with a top rope victory roll from Sabu. Lovely move. Yet again, a little bit ugly, but that's what Sabu's style was.
Yeah, ugly.
Wins with the pinfall. And then, I swear, like Paul Heyman just told Eric Bischoff, pay him an extra $500. He'll go through a table. Because Sabu went and got a table from ringside, hot-shotted Alex Wright on the ring apron, and then proceeded to do the ugliest table spot I've ever seen.
I don't even know what he was trying to do, honestly.
No.
It looked like the Braun Breaker spot where he puts him on the announcer's ring.
The clothesline?
It looks like that. That's what it looked like, but it came from the top rope, and Alex Wright was kind of only halfway sitting up. It was weird. I also thought it was weird that Alex Wright, like, he did the kick out after 3.
Yeah.
And then Sabu kind of, he looked confused. I thought we were having some kind of like,
oops,
off the script thing happening there for a second. But then when he went and grabbed the table, I was like, oh, okay. What is up? Courtney, thanks for joining us.
Hello, Courtney.
But
this was.
And then they reversed the decision.
Hey,
you won.
Decision, so Sabu loses.
Because you broke rules that aren't happening because there's no match. We're going to go ahead and take the match away from you. Have it to end. I'm good with that.
All this time, Mongo strongly lambasts Sabu for not following the WCW rules.
I like that.
As stated by my colleague, do not technically apply because it was after the match fact.
Mongo hit the line that I would have expected Bobby the Brain to say, honestly, because Bobby the Brain was always the one that was kind of like for the heels and everything, and when shit went sideways like that, it would be Bobby the Brain like, that makes perfect sense. But it was Mongo, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, that was good. And then we moved on from that to
what do you say? Oh, okay. We had the Ric Flair interview thing next.
All right. Yeah, we did. So Mean Gene is in the ring. Mean Gene introduces the Nature Boy. The Nature Boy comes down, cuts a promo, hyping up his match with Arn Anderson at Fall Brawl. Talks about how Arn used to be all about this, all about the symbol of excellence, which I thought was a really, really good, well done little bit.
Great promo by Rick.
Yeah, great promo by Rick. And then the random of WCW occurred because in full gear and fully oiled up comes the henchest man alive in Lex Luger with his full-on hair extensions down to the ring. I'm not going to let anyone forget this. Lex Luger was on WWF television a week before he debuted in WWE with really short hair. And then a week later, it's down past his shoulders. They are extensions, people. This carries
weird.
on.
It was weird.
It was really weird that Lex just came down. Didn't say anything at first. Rick kind of googly-eyed him and then bigged him up in his match against Hogan because he hates Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And then Lex turned around and says, "Oh, you're too much, Rick," and just leaves.
Is this prior to Lex being part of the Four Horsemen or precursor?
I think this is.
I need to look this up.
Yeah, look it up. I'm not sure.
I know he had a short run with him. It was a short run.
He was in the Horsemen, but that might have been in the 80s.
I couldn't tell you.
Well, I think
I'm looking it up though because I am curious. Okay, he was there from 87 to 89 with Barry Windham.
No, I thought it was the 80s.
Okay. I wouldn't have made sense to do it after that because of the time, because I know there wouldn't have been a bunch of time between when I tuned in, and I know he wasn't part of the Four Horsemen when I was started tuning in. So, yeah, weird segment, which sucks because Rick was killer.
Yeah, Rick was cooking, right? It was a really, really good promo from Ric Flair. It got me excited for the Arn Anderson match at Full Brawl, which is a cracking match, by the way, if you've ever seen it. Weird, and I won't spoil the finish. But
don't.
It's good. It's a damn good match. It's a damn good match. After this, we moved on to another Fall Brawl promo from commentary. Doing a great job, hammering it home. You need to watch this show this weekend. Do you want to find out what's going to happen? Here's the big game. Here's the big match. Come and see it. Perfectly fine. Great bit of shilling. Oh
no.
Ooh.
There you go. You're back. You're back.
And I frozen.
No, you're not frozen anymore. You're back.
Oh, okay, cool. That was weird.
You did a mega.
Right, where was I?
For a second. We're talking about you were just finishing up the Fall Brawl promo that the commentary was putting over.
Okay, so Fall Brawl promo commentary put over. Great bit of shilling. Always appreciate that. Then we moved on to match 2 of the night. My favorite match of the night, simply because of one man.
Okay,
Eric Bischoff.
Before we get there, I want to point out a few things.
Yes.
They came right up the gate giving Raw spoilers week 2.
Yeah.
I thought that was nuts. I was like, damn, I didn't know he did it that quick.
Shawn Michaels beats the big guy with a super kick.
That was nuts. Yeah. And then as soon as he's done talking about the Raw spoilers, Mongo McMichael's like, what's with that show? They naming it after eggs? And I lost it. I had to pause the show because I was in tears. Like, what is he even talking about? He could have said anything about Raw. Like, there a lot of things are Raw, and he went with eggs. And I'm like, what is going on with this dude?
Mongo
he's
not
crazy.
Right. Too many shots on the football field, mate. That's the problem.
Crazy. But the match, go ahead. Yeah. Raw eggs.
No. I totally forgot about that. I have got it written down. Yeah, got it. Raw results.
Raw eggs.
Bishop gives away raw results. Yeah, but we move on to Sting versus the now thrice named VK Wall Street. To which Eric Bischoff even brings up, he's like, what's going on with this guy? First he was Mr. Wall Street, then he was Michael Wall Street, now he's VK Wall Street. What's going on with that brain? And Bobby the Braining gives him about 10 seconds of awkward silence. I goes, you'd have to ask him. Which I thought was brilliant.
You think that was a McMahon thing?
Yeah.
Vince K. McMahon, Vince K. Wall Street.
It's Vincent Kennedy Wall Street. Because it was a play on Vince McMahon. It was just Bischoff taking another jig.
Okay. Boom. I picked that one up. How about that?
There you go. Right. But Sting versus VK Wall Street for Sting's United States Heavyweight Championship. Recently won United States Heavyweight Championship. This was a fun little match. I mean, IRS sucks. Mike Rotunda's never been good. But he bumps well.
Character work.
Yeah, character work. I'll give him his character work. Sting did Sting. Lots of drop kicks, lots of monkey tosses, lots of finger splashes, lots of everything else. Now,
damn.
I have put down on here, great match. Mongo sucks.
Man, you gotta get off the Mongo hate train, man.
I will never get off the Mongo hate train because not only do we have to deal with him on commentary, Jim, but soon we have to deal with the far worse side of Steve Mongo and Michael.
I'm excited, dude. I'm so excited. I didn't like him as a kid. I was like, this dude sucks. But now that I'm older and I like stupid things, I'm like, I love Mongo McMichael, and I can't wait to watch him back now.
Quote Simon Miller, goofy wrestling for life.
I like watching it through different eyes now, so I can't wait. The match itself was really good. Sting carried it. Sting carried it for sure. I don't think I saw VK Wall Street do any offensive move other than throw Sting out of the ring. I can't remember anything else he did.
No, that was it. No, that was it. And I think he did one punch.
Yeah, it was a brutal throw because Sting landed pretty heavy, but it was like,
I mean, you can kind of say he did half a Coronello type. That's not really an offensive move. But this was predominantly a squash match, really. This was just a showcase for Sting as the US champ on Nitro.
Which is weird because they, again, like what they did with Sabu, they did an introduction to VK Wall Street, even though he was Mr. Wall Street the week before. And then you bring him in, you put him against Sting, you're like, okay, this guy's a big deal. And you would expect a little bit of a competitive match. And then it wasn't a competitive match. And then it's like, you've essentially kind of put a ceiling on this guy before he even gets going.
Yeah.
And you've doomed his run.
This is a pattern you should get used to, Jim, with WCW Nitro.
Oh, I know. I'm just, again, watching it through different eyes now. I'm going to see a lot of different things, which I'm a little bit scared about because, again, 96 to 98 WCW is just peak to me. And I'm a little bit worried that watching it now, I'm going to be like, I was wrong. So...
No, you have to watch it through a different lens. The thing is, 96
but I'm not going to for these reviews. Right now, it's easy because I've never seen these episodes, so it's like my first time seeing them. But that was my take from this match itself. Is the match was good. It was good. Sting doing what Sting does, really good, great stuff. It just felt like a weird booking decision from, I would assume, Eric Bischoff to debut a guy against a top guy and then say, nope, he's never going to go anywhere. And he never did, because by the time I started watching WCW, there was no Mr. Wall Street anymore. No. So weird booking. Weird booking.
Like I say, it's a pattern that people should get used to if they're watching these episodes along with us week by week. Because they do this a lot in WCW. They have people debut and lose. Sabu lost. He won, but he lost. And that was his debut.
That one was fine to me. That one was fine to me. That one was because he won. So technically he proved he was better than Alex Wright, but then he lost because he's crazy. So that gives you kind of an open end. So like how he's going to move forward. It's going to be a thing where he has to learn to control his emotion. So I liked that. I thought it was good. This one just was like, okay, you have no faith in this guy. So why should I care about him?
Yeah, I understand that. Sting wins with this shows how little they thought of him, because he didn't even lose to Sting's finishes. Either of them. He lost to a flying crossbody off the top rope.
A top rope flying crossbody.
Top rope flying crossbody.
But
still, Ricky Steamboat's WWF babyface finisher is not exactly what you call devastating. But moving on from there, we got more advert. We got a new advert for WCW Saturday Night. And for the debut of Disco Inferno, baby.
Bro, the dancing going on already has got me so excited. I was a huge disco mark as a kid too. So I got Alex Wright, and then I got disco, baby.
And the debuting of the American males. Buff Bagwell.
Yeah.
Well, and Marcus Alexander Bagwell, as he was at this time. And Scotty Riggs. Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
Yeah. Okay. And Scotty Riggs. Yeah.
No, Scotty Riggs, the American males, who will also debut. That is on Saturday night. Though, not watching that. We'll just have to wait till they're on Nitro. Otherwise,
they'll be on Fall Brawl. They're on the Fall Brawl show, so I'll see them on Fall Brawl
show as well. So that will be good. We then moved on to arguably kind of another squash match.
I love this match. I was going
to say this is probably the best match of the night.
Yes.
This is Scott Flash Norton versus Macho Man Randy Savage. And Scott Norton, pardon my French, beat the shit out of Randy Savage for a good portion of this match. He caught him out of the air into a bear hug at one point, and they did a great job on commentary of selling how Savage's back and his ribs must be hurt because he's not responding as he did. But I want to get straight to the finish, Jim, because it's my favorite finish that I've seen. And like I said, I'd never seen this episode of Nitro.
It was a brilliant finish.
Brilliant finish. How it was not a DQ. How it was not a DQ, I will not know.
Because they didn't attack.
They didn't attack. That's a good point.
So they came down, and then Macho threw Scott Norton into them. And then that guy tumbled in and fell on Scott's legs. So they didn't attack him. They didn't get a chance to. And then Scott's like, get this off my legs.
Get this whale off me.
Was like,
so
drops the elbow.
That was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
I don't write many notes with the matches, but I made sure to put that in there. That was one of the most creative finishes I've ever seen. I love it.
It was great.
It's very simple.
It was great. So to break it down for those of you that didn't watch it, the Dungeon of Doom run in to interfere in the match because, as we've previously stated, Randy Savage is a member of Hogan's Warriors team, so they want to take everybody out. it's Kamala and Shark, the former earthquake / avalanche. Right?
Shark.
And the Shark literally ends up tumbling over the top ropes and lands on Scott Flash Norton's legs. So Scott can't kick out. Randy Savage, as you say, just goes, oh, yeah, climbs up the top, hits the big elbow, 1, 2, 3. Randy
and
Savage
Macho
wins after spending
runs off
most
because
of
he's
the
not
night.
an idiot.
Yeah, because Macho gets the hell out of there. And he spends most of the night, like, getting the hell beaten out of him in the match.
Yeah.
But then, because it's Randy Savage, picks up the victory anyway.
He worked his ass off in this match.
Yeah.
And the way he beat Norton wasn't because he bested him. He just got lucky. That's what I loved about the finish, is because it protected Norton in the loss, even though it was his debut for night. They had 3 debuts tonight. That was crazy. I didn't even think about that.
3 losses.
But they handled 2 out of 3 of them great.
Yeah, they did.
And this one was by far the best because, again, they made Scott Norton look like a beast. And then Macho just outsmarted him, got lucky, and then got the hell out of there. And that was great. I would have loved to seen Scott Norton beat the hell out of the Dungeon of Doom afterwards, but you can't always get what you want. So, this was great. Match was great. I loved it. So much.
It was so much fun. And I love any chance to watch Randy Savage wrestle in a match I've not seen before. And I'm a big Scott Norton fan. My brother introduced me to Scott Norton when we were kids from Japan's tapes, and loved him ever since.
He was a top 3 member of the NWO for me.
Yeah. Following this, we had another War Games advert, like a full-on promo package this time, which was nice. That was cool. So we know War Games, everyone should be getting hyped. I'm looking forward to the actual pay-per-view. I haven't watched it in years, even though I know the War Games match itself sucks. But I'm looking forward to the show. But we get to our main event. We get to this is obviously going to have a screwy finish. Lex Luger.
It's got screwy. It's like
layers of screw. So the match starts out, and it's your usual slow Hogan Luger affair. Lots of collaring out the types, lots of pushing and shoving, the odd punch, the odd chop. And eventually, Lex hits the power slam and gets Hogan up in the torture rack. And then my brother liked to call Palombos himself. Chuck Palumbo. So a little bit of a thing. When we get to Chuck Palumbo on Nitro, take note that the reason he loses every match is he hits the jungle kick, says, it's over, and then loses. Every match. He hits his finish, says he's won the match, but celebrates too early, and then loses. Luger did the exact same thing. Hogan's getting his arm dropped.
I thought Luger... it did look like Hulk Hogan was tapping. Like, to me, I was like, I thought Luger lost.
No,
like when I was watching it.
Tap out hadn't been introduced.
Because the ref even was like, 1. I'm like, 1 what?
No, it's you've got to raise the arm.
Oh, my goodness.
And drop 3 times.
Stupid.
It was verbal submission or a tap out. But the tap out, it was verbal submission or the arm drop, because the tap out didn't get introduced until 1996.
And Hogan said, this doesn't work for me, brother. Put me down.
Ken Shamrock was the reason the tap out was introduced into professional wrestling. But this match was, for all intents and purposes, exactly what it needed to be. It was a good showcase for Lex, but as we said, so he gets him up in the torture rack, he drops him too early, pretends he celebrates, Palombos himself, then Hogan hits the comeback, the Hulk up, 3 punches, the big boot, the big leg, just as he's about to win the match. So technically, they both had the match won at one point. The Dungeon of Doom bounced in the ring and beat the shit out of Hogan, and very specifically, do not touch Lex Luger.
So, real quick, 4 debuts tonight. Every match was a debut.
Yes.
And all 4 of them essentially lost.
Yes. Like I said,
that's wild.
It's crazy, isn't it?
All 4 of them lost in different ways.
Yeah.
Still lost. That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I would say 3 out of 4 of them I don't mind.
Way of booking.
3 out of 4 of them I don't mind because of the way they were booked. But that is kind of wild to think about. Oof. But yeah, Dungeon of Doom comes out to attack. Macho Man runs out to help. All while Lex Luger's just laying over there on the just taking it easy. Then Sting comes out to help, and then they run them all off. And then Lex gets up, and then they start questioning Lex. And then they cut to commercial. Then they cut to commercial.
Yeah, come back and Mean Gene is in the ring to sort this out.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny that they immediately just went to, "What's your problem, Lex?"
Straight away.
What?
Straight away. He's done.
I just got screwed.
Yeah, he's done nothing but get screwed out of a world title match. All right.
Oh.
And now he's apparently the traitor because they didn't attack him. And then I freaking loved the fact that Randy Savage is like, "Yeah, I second that. Whose side do you want, Luger?" And Sting was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
It gets better though, because then at one point, Macho Man twisting starts questioning Sting and Jimmy Hart.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart.
I'm like,
nowhere. Yeah.
What is going on here? And it was just utter. Again, I'm gonna make the comparisons because I can. We can't. That's what I'm gonna do. Deal with everybody.
No.
It reminds me of one of those just balls to the wall AEW finishes, where just so much happened.
Yeah, the dustiest of dusty finishes.
It's like, what the? So did Dusty have finishes like this when he was wrestling all the time too, where it was just on top of top of top?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch some Dusty stuff because this is crazy. It's exciting, but then once you kind of like come down, like your adrenaline starts to leave you, and you're like, all right, why did half of that even happen?
Don't make any sense.
No, like when Macho started just accusing Sting and Jimmy Hart, that's when I was like, what? I love you, Randy, but what are you doing, man? And then Jimmy's like, whoa, brother, what you talking about?
It's good.
And then Hogan said, what Hogan say to Luger? He goes, "I'm with you now, brother." It's like,
yeah, I'm with you now, brother.
What?
Turn on me, Jack.
That was crazy.
Sting basically talks them round and convinces them that Lex should now replace Vader and be the fourth man on their team for War Games. And Lex begrudgingly accepts because just the history lesson for people, the only reason Lex Luger is even in WCW at this point is Sting. Bischoff did not want Luger back. He had no interest in Lex Luger, but Sting talked Bischoff round. Bischoff lowballed him and offered him half of what he was making last time he was in WCW. And Lex just took the offer. Now, because Sting had talked to both of them, he convinced Lex he should come back and he convinced Bischoff he should hire Lex. Lex lowballed him, he took the offer, and now we have Lex Luger in War Games for the fourth time, I believe.
So I'll say this. It's a very impressive team taking on a very non-impressive team.
Yeah.
Just with hindsight, knowing what I know about all these people, it's like just that alone makes me not excited to watch that match.
Exactly.
And I'm going to. But yeah, just you have four, even though they're not all in the Hall of Fame, they all should be in the Hall of Fame. You have four Hall of Famers taking on four just kind of
nobody's. Well, Kevin Sullivan's a legend, but yeah, four.
I know very little about Kevin Sullivan.
Oh, you should look into Kevin Sullivan. He's a very clever man.
Now that I'm watching all this stuff, it's gonna make me go back and watch certain things. Like I said, I'm gonna go watch some Dusty stuff because I'm very curious how these Dusty finishes happen. I love chaos. I just want it to make sense, and when it doesn't make sense, it's funny. And when it does make sense, I'm like, that's freaking brilliant. I love it. So
yeah.
So with that,
that's the end of Nitro for this week. Right, Jim, on to the most important part of the week, your letter grade.
C+, because I thought it was a good show. I didn't hate the show. I did not like how Mr. VK Wall Street was booked.
As he is now.
I did not like that. And I thought the Dusty finish at the end with all the nonsense going on just didn't make enough sense.
No, not
and I want things to make sense. I'm cool with chaos. I love it. I just said it. I love it. I want it to make sense. And whereas I was laughing when it happened, I'm laughing because it makes no sense. I'm not laughing because it's designed to make me laugh.
Yeah.
So good show. To me, C is a good show. So C+ means I enjoyed myself really good, but yeah, they got to clean up some of that stuff.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Ooh,
I'm giving it a B-.
Yeah, that's a word right there.
Because I'm biased and Sting wrestled on the show, so it automatically gets an upgrade.
And Ric Flair's interview promo, I loved it. That was great. That was great.
It's the symbol of excellence.
Yeah. I'm not a big Ric Flair fan, but anytime he does stuff that good, I'm like, okay, awesome. That's great.
Credit where credit is due at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But ladies and gents, that is the end of the show. Jimmy, do you have anything to plug? Good sir.
Next Thursday on the Positively Awesome Wrestling show, we will be doing a Positively Awesome Wrestling top 5 of WrestleMania matches that we think are going to be happening, as well as doing Saturday Night Main Event predictions. We're going to squeeze them in there just because it is a big show, and I want to rub it in Albert's face that he's not going because he decided not to get tickets, which means he doesn't get to see his favorite wrestler wrestle Gunther. Yes. I will be doing. I want to go over the Fall Brawl pay-per-view real quick. I'm gonna just because a lot of the names on this list are really cool, and I'm excited to see. We got Disco Inferno versus Joey Maggs. I don't know who Joey Maggs is, but again, Disco Inferno. I'm excited for that. Alex Wright versus Eddie Guerrero. Thank you. I got my Eddie Guerrero socks on today.
Nice.
The American Males.
Is a hell of a match.
We've got American Males taking on the Nasty Boys, Johnny B. Bad taking on Brian Pillman, in which apparently is a very long match.
Yeah, it is.
Craig Pittman defeated Cobra. I don't know who Cobra is. I don't know who Craig Pittman is. So
no idea. Enhancement talent, mate. That's what they are.
DDP.
Yes,
will be taking on the Renegade for the WCW World Television Championship.
And at this point, this is a different Diamond Dallas page.
Oh, yeah.
This is a cigar smoking, fur coat wearing. This is a different Diamond Dallas page.
With the Diamond Doll and Max Muscle. We have Harlem Heat. Love Harlem Heat from WCW versus Bunkhouse Buck and Dick Slater for the WCW Tag Team titles. Arn Anderson taking on Ric Flair in a grudge match. That's probably the match I'm looking forward to the most.
Yes.
And then the War Games match with the Ultimate Team of Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Luger, and Sting taking on the Dungeon of Doom, Kamala, Zodiac, Shark, and Ming. What a crew.
Yeah.
So I'll be watching that along with episode 3 before the next episode. So I'll have plenty to talk about with WCW stuff.
Awesome. Okay, folks. Well, speaking of that next episode, you can catch us next Friday. Same time, same channel, same place, 5 p.m. UK time, 11 a.m. Central.
It's 11 a.m. Central.
11 a.m. Central. Yeah, and 5 p.m. UK. And always remember, we are but two geeks obsessed with a good show. And our opinion means nothing without yours in the comments below. See you next week.
Toodles.